Welcome children to our grammar class. Today we shall learn about degrees of comparison of adjectives. So what is an adjective? Adjective is a describing word qualifying a noun. Now let's see what do we mean by degrees of comparison. The degrees of comparison in English grammar are used when we compare one person or thing with another. Person or thing means it's a noun. For what? To show qualities, how big or small, high or low, more or less, many or few of the nouns in comparison to the others in the sentence. So the qualities of these nouns are compared with each other, then it is called as degrees of comparison. The degrees of comparison are made with the adjectives of quality and quantity. Adjectives describe nouns. So here we have some nouns and we have the adjectives of different degrees which describe them. I have a few more examples for you. Now let's go to the degrees of comparison. We have 3 degrees: the positive degree, comparative degree, and the superlative degree. The positive degree. The positive degree is used when we speak about the quality of only one person or thing. So, we speak about the quality of one noun. James is a tall boy. Now, this sentence is in the first pattern. We have the subject James, is this the verb, a is an article, then we have the adjective tall plus the rest of the sentence. Now, here adjective tall is in the simple form. Now, sometimes the positive degree is used to show two things that are equal. Example, my book is as interesting as yours. So, here both the books are equally interesting. Now, how do we identify the positive degree in such a sentence? When you have as and the adjective in the middle followed by another as, we say the adjective is in the positive degree. This is the second pattern. Subject is my book, is this verb, as plus adjective interesting plus as the rest of the sentence. Now, the form of the adjective is not changed. The mango is sweet. Sweet is the adjective in the positive degree in its simple form. Now let's go to the comparative degree. The comparative degree is used when we compare the quality of two persons or two things with each other that are not equal. So two nouns are compared which are unequal. It is a higher degree of quality than the positive degree. So one will be higher than the other in the degree of quality. Example, John runs faster than Peter. Now this is the first pattern. We have John as the subject, runs is verb, adjective is fast plus er. We add er, then we add than, and then Peter. That is the rest of the sentence. So the clue here is to the adjective we add er plus than, then you will know that the adjective is in the comparative degree. The rose is more beautiful than jasmine. This is the second pattern. We have subject rose is this verb, more is the degree to show comparison, then we have the adjective beautiful, than the rest of the sentence jasmine. Now let's go to the superlative degree. The superlative degree is used when we compare the quality of one person or thing with more than two persons or things. So, one noun is compared with two or more nouns. It is the highest degree of the quality, so that there can be no more comparisons for this quality. That is why it is said to be in the superlative degree. Example, Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. This is the first pattern. We have the subject Mount Everest is, then you have the adjective high plus est, the rest of the sentence. Now let's go to the second sentence. This is the second pattern. Sheba is the most intelligent girl in her class. So we have the subject Sheba is this verb. The most shows the degree for the superlative degree. Then we have the adjective intelligent, the rest of the sentence girl in her class. So the most intelligent, the adjective is said to be in the superlative degree. I hope you have understood the 3 degrees, children. I shall see you in the next session. Let's continue children with degrees of comparison. In this session, we shall see how to form the comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives from the positive degree. Rule 1, add R and ST to adjectives that end in E. So, if your adjective ends with E in the positive degree, you simply add R to form the comparative degree and ST to form the superlative degree. So it is safe in the positive, safer in the comparative, and safest in the superlative. Large, larger, largest. Brave, braver, bravest. Now let's go to rule 2. Add ER or EST to adjectives that end in two consonants. So if the adjective in the positive degree ends with two consonants, then we add ER in the comparative degree and EST in the superlative degree. So it is strong, stronger, strongest, young, younger, youngest, cold, colder, coldest. Rule 3. When the adjective has a short sound, the last letter must be doubled when adding ER or EST. So if the adjective in the positive degree has a very short sound like big, hot, sad, then what do? You simply double the last letter before adding ER and EST. So it will be bigger, double GER in the comparative, GGEST in the superlative. So it is big in the positive, bigger in the comparative, biggest in the superlative degree. Hot, hotter, hottest. Sad, sadder, saddest. Rule 4. If the adjective ends in Y, change the Y to I, then add ER or EST. So if the adjective in the positive degree ends with Y, then you change the Y into IER in the comparative degree, IEST in the superlative degree. So it is dirty in the positive, dirtier in the comparative, dirtiest in the superlative degree. Happy, happier, happiest. Lucky, luckier, luckiest. Rule number 5. Adjectives with two or more syllables get more and most before the adjective. So, what are syllables now? You can split a word into two or three or four. Like, how do we split this adjective? Careful. So, we have two syllables here. So, if your adjectives are more than two syllables, then the comparative will take more and the superlative will take most. So we have careful in the positive degree, more careful in the comparative degree, most careful in the superlative degree. Difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Expensive, more expensive, most expensive. Remember, we cannot say carefuler, carefulest. That is wrong usage. Instead, you should use more and most. Rule 6. Some irregular adjectives do not follow the rules. So these are irregular adjectives. All the three are totally different. Now in the positive degree, your adjective is good, comparative is better, superlative is best. Bad in the positive, worse in the comparative, worst in the superlative. Much in the positive, more in the comparative, and most in the superlative. So remember these 6 rules, children, before you form the comparative and the superlative degrees. Now I have a few examples of these adjectives using more and most. You can go through them. There are many. I have given a few of them. And I have one more sample here of the irregular adjectives. Now these have to be memorized. It would be good if you know them so that you can form the comparative and the superlative degrees quite easily. I hope you have understood the degrees of comparison, children. Thank you. Let's continue, children, with the home tasks session. So in the home task, the first exercise is fill in the blanks. They have given you the positive degree here. You have to fill in the comparative and superlative degree. Whatever is asked, you have to fill up. I have an example here for you. Tall, taller is comparative. Tallest is superlative. The second one, let's compare two things. That is the comparative degree. Now he asks a question, which is faster, a train or a plane? So you have to give it in the sentence format. A plane is faster than a train. Faster than is your comparative degree. So please do all the others likewise. Now we go to the third exercise. Let's compare three things. That means the comparison is done with all the three degrees, the positive degree, the comparative degree, and the superlative degree. They have given you the nouns and the adjective for the degrees of comparison: a donkey, a horse, and elephant. So you have to use the adjective in all the three cases. So a donkey is strong. That is the positive degree. Okay. Now you have to go to the next one, next noun. You make a comparison between the two. So you would say a horse is stronger than a donkey. Stronger than is your comparative degree. Take the third one. An elephant is the strongest of all. So that the strongest is in the superlative degree. Likewise, you please do all the other given exercise. But before that, I would like to solve the first one for you. A clue for the first one: town, city, village, and quiet is your adjective. So first you must arrange the nouns in proper order. So here first you would say the city is quiet place. Then you would say the town is quieter than the city. Then you would say the village is the quietest of all. Right? So it is jumbled over here. Be careful when you put them in the correct order. First you must put it in the positive, then comparative, then superlative. Now let's go to the next exercise. Fill in with the correct degrees of comparison. So we have the sentences and the adjective is given. Put them according to the correct degree of comparison. We have clues here. When it is than, you must use the comparative degree. When only one noun is there, then it will be in the positive degree. When you have the, it will be in the superlative degree. We have already done it in the earlier video. Verify the videos before you put in your answers. Thank you, children. I shall see you in the next class.